And the rapper, yeah, it's in your
Yo, that's taking everybody out, man.
yeah.
That's taking everybody out.
Oh man, that's not much. Do not touch. It ain't mine. Oh Lord. But yeah, that we found us. We just found us today before we got here. And I'm like, wow, like
That was nobody ever plays a whole anthem, but
you know that. You know
just
that.
the one hit and that's it.
And
It was like me when they would come up, I would put my Beatles pick, I would a whole TikTok thing.
oh my God.
Yeah, man, I can't believe it, man.
And I was like, wow. He was fighting for his life. Yeah.
Yo, that's taking everybody out. Brain cancer. It's not brain cancer. It's the other one, the prostate.
That one, that's why men gotta be. You guys gotta be careful. You gotta go to the hospital or the clinic. No,
No, you know what I started doing? I started doing the colon cleanser, man.
that's good too because it takes all the bacteria shit. Yeah, all that thing out. You know. All right, so we're good. They get to see me now finally. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, bonita bandera.
that's a classic, man. J-Q-U-E.
Hold on. Nah, let me go to TikTok.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Also.
Let me see something.
Yeah, that's the one. There should be a second one. Yeah, that's fucking sad.
Yeah. How much you mean? Nope, no more.
There's different versions of it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the one, yep. Yeah, that's a classic, man. You know, in the 90s? Shit. What missions are right here for? I don't know.
Let me look some more because I know I got it wrong.
You were like, wait a minute. Oh, man. This is sad. I mean, out of all days, shit. Oh. I don't know, man. Very frustrating.
So I had a work on my phone.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It's QUEBO.
¡Qué bonita bandera! ¡Qué bonita bandera!
Yeah, you got it. You can hear it right now. Yeah.
So you got that.
That's an old school shit.
Listen, man, every time they pray, we're supposed to play that shit.
Bonita bandera, qué 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 bonita bandera, es la bandera puertorriqueña. Qué bonita bandera, qué bonita bandera. Qué bonita bandera, 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 la bandera puertorriqueña. Los latinos están bailando, los latinos están bailando. Un poco de cultura and history for my boricuas. Para los jóvenes que no saben lo que quiere decir esta bandera and what it represents. Alcen esa bandera que se vea. Rojo, red is for the blood, para la sangre. Blanco es para la paz, white is for the peace. Ese azul, the blue is for the ocean or the sky. Those 5 points on that star representan las 5 islas alrededor de Puerto Rico. Ese centro representa Puerto Rico. Alza tu bandera, defiende lo tuyo. Qué bonita bandera, 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 puertorriqueña. Qué bonita bandera, 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 qué bonita bandera. Puerto Rico, qué bonita bandera, qué bonita bandera, qué bonita bandera, qué bonita bandera. Here we go. So you're flexing there. 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 Qué bonita bandera, 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 la bandera puertorriqueña. Qué bonita bandera, 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 qué bonita.
Now I'm with Candela for his birthday. Mi Gente Cafe. This is the king of Latin house music. Like I said.
So they say I'm the king of Latin house music.
I mean, who doesn't know your #1 hit? Que bonita bandera.
Yeah, que bonita bandera. It never ends.
Even if you're not Puerto Rican, even if you're not Latino, you know that song.
Thank you. Latin America, that's all I can say. Thank you. It was a beautiful song. Y'all made it a classic. We're here trying to celebrate one of my so-called birthdays before the big 4-0. I'm not 40 and I'm not 50. Stop the rumors out there. My birthday badge.
Candela, so Nelson Cruz was the one who discovered your talent. Tell me when and where did that occur?
Wow, she got that info.
Yeah.
She's been
That's my information.
Nelson Cruz, wow, that was 91. He was the guy who did Shannon Black Box. He was, let the music play. He had all that stuff going on back in the day. Nelson Cruz was old producer, freestyle. He gave me a chance. He opened some doors for me at Mac Martrue Records. I did my first cut in 91. That's where it all started. Nelson Cruz. Fast forward, well, the first with Charlie Rod, Mickey Garcia, Marvin Schlack. I remember all of you. It's all love. That's what happened. They found me. They saw me rocking in the hood. He took me to the studio. We rocked, and we started from there a little bit. That was way before the Bandera, though. Way before Bandera. That was later on in times.
So when did the Bandera start?
That started in 95 when I first started doing festivals. I noticed that every time I said, Que bonita bandera, I was like, the whole crowd used to jump. So, matter of fact, we in the place where it started all. This is called Mi Gente Cafe. That's why I chose my birthday badge. This is where I did my first Que bonita bandera on the mic, and that's when the Just Two Brothers, the Weber man, they just saw me. We went straight to the studio from there, got recorded. And from there, it's been history since. We're here in 2011, almost 2012. It started in 97. And from there, it's been all just a joyful experience, parade after parade. Year after year, I'm still rocking, still here. Still the same guy, still here, same hairstyle, still same me.
And you're also managing Latins Going Platinum. Tell me about that.
That's my crew, Latins Going Platinum, an organization representing my Latino Latin rappers. I got a management/consulting company. And that's what I do. I cater to all Latin artists, Spanish hip-hop, just making a lot of moves. Latins Going Platinum is just about a bunch of Latinos just trying to make better for us, do better than what a million copies do. So platinum is platinum. It's the most expensive gold. 950 the number. You know how it goes. It all rolls. But Laz's going to play. Look out for it. It was an interesting thing we had going on the pun days, but now I'm taking it to a better, concept. We're trying to take it to a bigger whole, venue as far as catering to Spanish hip hop. So just look out for it. There's just so much coming with LGP Laz going platinum.
Born in the Mott Haven section of the Bronx, Joel Medina, better known to his fans as Candela. Candela has continuously been recognized and awarded for his musical accomplishments, outstanding performances, and political involvement within the community. He has been awarded by the former Puerto Rican Bronx Borough President Adolfo Carrion Jr. and the former Puerto Rican Mayor of Hartford, Connecticut, Eddie Perez. El Cangri, Daddy Yankee, in the early 1990s. Hijo del rey de los timbales, Tito Puente Jr., one of Brooklyn's finest rappers, Joel Ortiz, and the queen of Spanish Harlem, Lumi D.
The Puerto Rican National Parade. You were honored the ambassador.
This is the one and only DJ Loudmouth on the ones and the twos.
Broadcasting 24/7. You know that is 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. 366 if it's a leap year. TGFradio.com. We never stop.
Hey guys, welcome to the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show at DTF Radio. We're host Vero G and co-host The Loudmouth. Forgive us for last week, we couldn't make it. There's some stuff, but we're back here on the show. And we want to take a moment of silence. We just heard breaking news today from a close friend of ours actually, we know a couple of years ago. The one and only legend, Candela, has passed away. I don't know what age he was, but he has passed away. I don't want to say too much, but we want to just say in remembrance of him, we played some of his music in the beginning of the show, and we want to send our deepest condolences to his family and friends right now.
Yep, deepest, real deep.
Definitely. Anything done, Lamo?
I had the honor and privilege to meet him a few years back. Initially, when we did
It was the
community event, breast cancer.
Yes, in the beach
event at Orchard Beach.
Yeah.
A few years ago before COVID, and we got to meet him, and since then we connected, and he was always kind-hearted.
Yeah.
He always gave wisdom. Plenty of advice, and he's shown us nothing but love and support in that. And he had a long battle the past several years, well documented with cancer, and he fought. And today that fight ended. But his legacy is secure,
Yes.
and his legacy and the legend of Candela will live on through all of us, whether you're Latino or not. He reached all demographics, legendary, status, and he was a great, even a better human being, and to his family and everything, to everyone that loved him and knew him, So we all send our deepest condolences to his family.
Amen.
At this time here at DTF Radio. Let's take a moment of silence. All right.
I do want to add quickly before we go on to the show.
Yes.
I have very fond memories of him.
Tell your stories.
So it was a few of them, but one or two that really stood out was one time. Big shout out to Annette. I performed. They have a cancer thing they do every year for cancer survivors and that sorts. I was a gala, and I was able to perform, and I actually had the opportunity to perform in front of Candela. And that was just like a historical moment for me in my musical career, because it's like, wow, this is a guy who I saw as a kid with that name, that name, that very well-known song he did. And to like personally perform in front of him and a few other people there, like that was phenomenal. And then the time with LDM, when he was there and he came as to support, the war show and other events we've seen him at. And we always, every time he saw us with a smile, he'd say, hey, brother, hey, sister, what's up? Big Pound, what's up? Showed you love, and you felt the love.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just the little times I got the chance to know him in different events and different circles. It was nothing but pleasant. and nobody really knew what he was suffering because he was very quiet about it.
Yeah.
And the times that he was at that event, I saw when I found out he had that and he was suffering, and he would hear, well, he is a survivor, even though whatever happened as of now, but prior to that, he fought the battle. And I want to just thank him to what a way he was in my life for a short time. I want to thank him just being his presence and all that. So
It's I agree with you saying because like me,
mhm.
I always remember me going to Perky Day parades,
Yeah.
marching in the parade, singing part of parades from Clinton High School, and every time going up to the parade, like you always that year or that week of the parade before, like even the New York parade, the Bronx or whatever, that anthem was played forever. It's
Yes.
like with Mark Anthony Preciosa,
Oh my
same thing.
God. Yes.
It's like one of them songs that it's always played, and no matter how people remix it, people don't hear the whole song of it, but them words and bars is like wow, like
Stick.
you get that feeling like you back at home. Is like and you proud to wave that flag, the wave the Puerto Rican flag and bonita bandera. That's like everybody says that all the time, and it's like a Puerto Rican anthem, man. It's like not the official anthem Puerto Rico, but it's like an unofficial anthem,
Oh yeah, and that been going on for like the late '90s or early 2000s.
Yeah.
So that's like always been our part of our history in
Yeah.
the parade or festival, whatever the case may be. And that, so I hope, and I will know that his legacy will live on with that song and other things he has, with his family and everything. So we really thank him for what he's done to contribute to the Latin community. So let's go on to the show, guys. With that in mind, again, guys, we're watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show at DTF Radio.
Yep.
And quickly, my Instagram before we get out to that, guys. Yes, my Instagram, guys, you can follow me at official Vero G. You can find the Llama. Where could they find you at? The Llama.
IG JM Empire Media, JM Empire Media, Captain Clutch 80, Captain Clutch 80, Jason Morello on the Facebook and Twitter, Real Big Time J, JY.
Okay, so before anything, we have an amazing guest for you guys today. He goes by Sensei CJ the Terror. He's a regular in our show, and I'm honored to have him here because he got always these amazing stories and things. That, well, hold on, don't we got you? We're gonna get you in a minute.
Yep, we always good. Yeah, that's why I love coming here, man. I'm like family here, man. Like,
you already know, man.
La café putelo, la pan. No.
You should have brought some empanadas.
Empanadas, right?
I
was like, yo, things happen.
You already know.
I wanted to bring some sake, but I couldn't find none.
I was telling him to bring it shit.
I was trying to find
Why
some.
don't you lower your volume a little bit there?
Mine's?
Yeah. No, a little.
I was trying to bring some sake, but I couldn't find them when
There you
I
go.
buy it.
Okay.
They closed the store down I used to go to.
Oh man.
I was trying to tell today. I was trying to find some.
Konnichiwa.
Yep.
We drink in spirit.
Spirit, yep.
Well, we have a few Asian spots in the St. Mark's.
Yeah.
A little too late now, as they
Well,
say.
afterwards,
Yeah, right.
there's a few restaurants.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah, I bet.
They have a sushi bar too.
Stop it! No, don't do this to me,
You
man.
know, you know the fancy. They chop it up.
Oh,
and
you
all
talking
that?
about yeah. Hibachi.
Hibachi. I can't even say it right now.
Hibachi.
Yeah, they got that. Hi.
Yeah, it was like
Put
it
the
was
flame
like
on it.
it was funny because like me and my guys.
Hi.
Calm down. Let's talk. Sorry.
Wait.
Is that how it sounds with an Asian girl?
Oh, don't
Girl,
go
you
there
look
now.
good with your back. That thing. Girl, you look good.
You need to look up Mila, baby.
No, stop. No. He's gonna get you fall in love.
She's the Chinese Nicki Minaj.
She's a beautiful woman.
I gotta check that one out.
I'm not gonna lie. Shit, she's hot. All right, let's get into announcements. Okay, before we get into more craziness here. So, quiet, guys. Okay, so quickly, guys. Announcements. Check out the album Here I Am is out at all digital platforms. Go support that, guys. Also, the July issue of Vero G Spotlight magazine will be out this Friday on July 1st. Check that. Let's see who made it to the cover of that issue. I'm excited. Also, guys, go vote for Got Me Going Crazy featuring real lyrics. That you can go is every once a week at www.ldmradio.com, and that's a 7th awards show. Awards, that one I'm saying. So definitely go vote and definitely support. Also, guys, check out the latest music video, which is called Tomorrow featuring Little Caesar. It's out now on my YouTube channel on the Vero G Spotlight magazine. Wrong one. Vero G Spotlight Network. Definitely support, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys could do that. Much said.
It's also on Roku and Amazon.
Yes.
And Vimeo.
Yes, definitely. Also, guys, check out the short film A Daughter's Love, which was actually his first debut, director's debut. Gemini Stacks Multimedia.
Yeah.
Clack, clack, clack. Catch you, brother. I know you're watching
Yeah.
right now. Big
Great
shout out to you.
job.
Yes. And also I edited, we had some part into it, but that's available now, guys, at the same YouTube channel, Vero G Spotlight Network. All that said and done. Before we get into anything quickly, Reason, big shout out to Reason.
Yes.
The video which you directed, Walls, is that correct?
Yes.
Is God tell them what they could, yeah.
It's in the competition now with DJ Kali.
Yeah.
I guess for the hottest music video, artists. So it advanced to the second round
Awesome.
of voting. It's I think 8. It's in the
Like
top.
number 8.
It's
I
in
think
the top 10.
Yeah.
I guess in the voting. So that's a huge accomplishment. So everybody keep voting for Reason, Walls. So keep up the good work with her. She's amazing, talented R&B singer. And keep up the good work, and everybody keep voting for her, and keep voting for Vero G as well with the LDM radio.
Yes.
For the 7th. So you're one of the finalists for this year's in the Latin category.
Well, listen, I don't know. I'm crossing my fingers.
And for the music video of the year, Emikama. So we'll find out this August. If,
God, I'm like crossing my fingers here.
If we take,
I'm trying to stuff the ballot to that one, but they won't let me.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah,
politics.
Let's keep down the low. Yeah. So yeah.
I'm trying to get everybody to vote for that. That's what I'm
so
saying.
LDMradio.com/vote, and you can vote for Vero G and Real Lyrics. Got me going crazy. That's in the RB category.
Yeah.
For next year, you can vote now weekly. You also can vote for Maj.
Yes. Yes.
I believe Blaze.
Yes, Blaze.
Blaze. You can vote for Young J, hip hop category. You can vote for Evelina Destiny.
Yeah.
In the Latin and more. So yeah, just keep supporting independent artists. That's what we do here at DTF Radio, Spotlight Radio Show, and all that. Let's switch it up quickly here to sports.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Oh, you
sports,
go ahead. Yeah.
NBA. After all the controversy and everything, Kyrie Irving decided to re-sign, opt in his final year of his contract with the Brooklyn Nets. So the very controversial, infamous Kyrie, the controversy with him the past couple of years. He missed a lot of games, and he refused to get vaccinated, and whatever, and the whole New York City mandate and everything. So that's all behind us now, and and he opted in for the last year of his contract. And so to see what happens with him, the Brooklyn Nets, for the upcoming season this fall. So that's the big news with the NBA, with Kyrie, and
that's it.
And the Nets had a disaster NBA draft again.
Oh, that's terrible. Shit.
they got rid of Kemba Walker. They got rid of him, unloaded his contract. He became a huge bust. So we'll see what the saga continues with the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets as well in the NBA. So there's your news. The Yankees are still in first place.
Fucking Yankees.
They won again today.
I mean, they're cool. They're cool.
And the Mets are falling apart.
Yeah, okay. Keep it up with the Mets shit. Go ahead. You always got thrown in my face.
You know what happens? They always play they start out good, and then towards the end of the season, and they go womp womp womp.
Come on, man, give me a break here.
Let's see what happens. It's probably getting the two main starters back.
Yeah, that's true. Also, quickly announcement I had to hear. July 15th again, guys. I'll be hosting the summer showcase, of course, by Beehive Entertainment, and that'll be taken at Astoria. That's in Queens, New York. And again, tickets are 20. I think it's 30 at the door, or you get an Eventbrite. I think 15, right, or something like that. 20.
I think they're like
something like that.
20 and up, and then they have VIP packages and bottle packages. They have raffles and that.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, come on down, come out.
Yeah,
be outside.
8 p.m. and on.
Vero G is outside. Friday.
What he said.
July 15th. Astoria is going down. Sky Suites. It's going down. It's going to be packed. Over 200 plus. It's 21 plus entry.
Yes. Wear your mask.
Bring a mask.
Please. Yes.
Mask on.
Shit.
All right, and the mics are going to be off. It's going to be popping. Post July 4th party. You're going to be raffles, bottles. You're going to be baddies in the building.
Well, I don't know about all that, but
so let's go. All right, support your independent artists. That's what we do here. So Beehive Entertainment. Hit her up on the IG. Check out the Eventbrite. Beehive Entertainment's going down Friday night, July 15th. Get your tickets now.
All right, guys. So we're going right into different segments quickly. Now, celebrity gossip. I know this part. Now, quickly, Travis Parker has been rushed to the ICU recently.
We didn't do breaking news about R. Kelly?
Okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Calm down.
Screw him.
I believe I could fly.
Wait. Calm down now. Do celebrity news. Calm the fuck down.
Come on.
Exactly.
I dream about it every night and day.
I don't know about that.
Well, now he locked up.
For 30 years.
And now I'm locked up for 30 years. And
he's going to be fucked real hard in the ass. He's going to be thinking every year.
I could soar.
Well, okay, let's add to the breaking news.
I bent over and dropped the soul.
I believe I could fuck in the ass.
Listen, it's sad. It's just sad how great a musician he was, and then behind closed doors, it was a otra cosa.
I got into an argument with her earlier today.
He's a pedophile. I don't support that shit.
You gotta respect his craft.
Okay.
The work he's done as an artist.
But
of course, you got to condemn what he did, and he got convicted by jury of his peers, and now he has to do the time.
So let me ask you a question: what do you think his next title for his new song would be? Would it be "Pedophile Rules" or would it be
"Locked Up"?
Locked up by I can't.
Give me that toot. Give me that beep beep.
Give me that.
Yep. I just feel, at the end of the day, I think his career is after this, his career is over.
You already know, man. 30 years.
But the thing with him is that his whole career is over.
Yeah.
That whole career he had, the music that he had, it was great. Mm-hmm. But then, there was stuff behind it, like you said, behind closed doors. You never know. Man. What was that movie? Shades of Grey. What do you want to call it?
Oh, 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey, like that. That's how it probably was.
Yo.
And it's just crazy, and you could brainwash people sometimes, and that's what happens. Mm-hmm. You brainwash these young girls, and he I got the money, I got the moolah. Yo, you know what? I'll take care of you, whatever it is, and.
Shit, that was some other crazy shit right there.
All right, let's continue. Let's go back to your first topic.
All right. But it was interesting.
Yeah.
Candelo, Sasa is checked in.
Oh, tell us what's up.
God bless. He said, "God bless us." So
thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cyree's watching.
What's up, Cyree?
So everyone's sending their condolences.
Thank you.
For the late great Candela.
Okay, guys. So back to the first one before R. Kelly breaking news. Travis Parker, who of course you guys know is Kourtney Kardashian's boyfriend, husband. What do you call it? Apparently, he's been rushed to the ICU. We don't know exactly what it is. They haven't made reports yet, but apparently she is by his side right now in the hospital. So that's one of them. Have you guys noticed recently? There's a new Elvis biopic that's out now, and that's directed by Baz Luhrmann. And I want to see that movie. I heard it's really good.
I heard from the daughter of Elvis Presley that she said finally they had done the right bio on his life.
Yes.
This come from his daughter's mouth.
Because she's seen it.
She's seen it, and there's even I heard that she did a duet with her father years ago.
That was beautiful.
With her father, and nobody ever heard a song before. Nobody ever, and I think Michael Jackson, when they were married, was trying to put her out there to sing because she had a voice, but she sounded so much like her father. She was so scared.
That is so true.
All right, let's hold that thought.
Come on.
We have someone calling in the hotline.
All right, well, tell them hurry up because we got more shit they got to talk about. We got excited. Hurry up before they hang up.
Monroe College hotline here, Spotlight Radio Show.
Monroe College? Wait, what Monroe College? What's the guy doing?
We got to call it.
That's how school,
They send their thoughts and condolences on the legendary.
Is that on the phone, right? Okay. All right. This is interesting.
Probably Gito.
Yeah, right. Imagine that. Hello, call. What's up? What's your name? I don't hear a peep. Is the phone even on?
Hello.
Wow, he just hanged up. Wow.
Please deposit 25 cents for the next 10 minutes. Please deposit 25 cents for the next 10 minutes.
Yo, they don't even exist anymore. Payphones are gone now. Hello?
Hello.
I have it on phone. I'm just trying to.
Hello.
Wow. Anyway,
Pero qué?
The station could
yeah.
upgrade their
All
stuff
right.
there.
Says so.
Perdóname, no cojo
You
tu
wanna
teléfono.
try to you wanna call in again?
All right, so before Conan, so the Elvis movie, I definitely want to see. You're exactly right what you said about Lisa Marie Presley and that, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see that. Also, quickly, the BET Awards was recently this week or so, and it was a lot of craziness. Puff Daddy got Lifetime Award or something. I think I don't know for sure. And then we got a lot of people that did great. They Coley Bailey, whatever her name is, she did a great performance on her song and all the stories and everything. So yeah, it was great stuff.
All right, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, here we go.
I can
Cyree
hear it low, but I
is
don't know
calling
why.
in
Hey, sorry,
on the
how you
hotline.
doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm here.
Yeah, we just hanging in there, doing self care just to get my mind off the things.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
But I know you wanted to talk briefly about Gandela, his passing.
yes. I remember Candela since 2017. I met him at the Third Avenue Festival, and I met him along with Tito Puente Jr., Alfredito Lafe from the Fania.
Wow. Wow.
Wonderful, yes. And then we kept in contact and straight on. We kept in contact. We do what we gotta do. And it was amazing. When he saw me dancing bomba, it was amazing that he liked my craft of what I do for the culture. So I participated with him one time on the stage. That was 2018. Since he didn't have dancers, I went up the stage and danced anyway for him.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't have dancers. I didn't have my skirt that time, so I said, let me freestyle whatever I want to freestyle.
Okay.
Then in 2019, we participated in the parade along with Samboy Jibarito. We took pictures with Candela. Every event I go to, I always show Candela love and support, and I say, Candela, cuídate, take care of yourself.
That's
I
right.
always say that all the time, and when he sees me that I'm battling with sickle cell, he always tells me, stay strong.
Oh.
And I educate him based on my illness that I got. And I told him that I have sickle cell. When we found out Prodigy died and I told him my story, he was so shocked of my story. So we became good friends. He always said, Sarai, la mujer que baila la bomba la plena. Never forget that what he said about me. The woman that dances the culture. And I always represent my culture.
Definitely.
So years we go to parades and everything. I found out he was doing work around my birthday time, which is October. I went to visit him in the hospital around January,
Mm-hmm.
and if he was not doing good, so I have to feed him. I have to make sure he's okay and everything. We say our prayers. We read the Bible together. Even put a little bit of worship music so he could be uplifted.
Awesome.
And that's what we doing in my mom's church. We all pray for him. We all did what we have to do as a family. We had a lot of fans. He has a lot of fans. A lot of people who loved him. It all started in Willis and Brook Avenue.
Oh wow.
That's where and that's where he started his career. He started giving back to the kids with Candela Foundation. So if y'all find it on Facebook, he has an organization called Candela Foundation for Cancer.
Oh
He was
wow.
planning to do, before he got sick, he was planning to do a music video with me representing my culture.
Oh,
So I
that's
asked him,
beautiful.
Maribel can design my dress. I said, let me know so Maribel can design. And I found out he was sick. So it was very, very sad that what I have to go through as an artist colleague, everybody was looking out for him. Everybody took care of him, take turns to take care of him, even myself. And when we found out today he passed away, it was very, very sad because Candela was a lovely person and we will never forget him.
Definitely.
1995, that's where I started participating in the parade with my dad, and that's when Candela started.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah, so we will never forget Candela of all the memories, all everything he does. May he rest in peace, and
definitely.
may light in his spirit upon him with God and our ancestors. So we gained an angel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our condolences goes out to the Medina family, his children. I hope they continue his legacy with Candela's foundation. Even when I found out he had cancer, he told me, and I was like, wow. I always say prayers. Everybody start praying so he can get better.
That's so
So when
true.
he told me, I was like, wow. When I found out when we had to do it, when he was go hard on the event, he's like, no, 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 chill, chill. I got cancer. I got to slow down.
Yeah.
So the parade should do in honor of Candela next year, 2023. I hope they do a homenaje, a homage, the theme of the parade in honor of him. I hope so. We can push it out and ask the parade to do that.
Yeah, they should because he is a big hand into the culture and especially being a Puerto Rican or Latino, and that song has been like a stamp of approval. Definitely.
It's like the anthem of the song anthem for the parade.
Yeah.
And you go up and down the parade, there's not one person playing that song.
You already know. Yeah.
So I suggest the National Puerto Rican Day Parade should do that from now on.
Okay.
Is for next year's theme. Hopefully Bronx or Brooklyn can, do something for the parade. Also, to pay this homage, the parade must continue. Everything must continue to honor his legacy.
Definitely.
So we do not know yet about if anybody asks us when it's the funeral. I do not know yet.
Okay.
The family there's a GoFundMe going around for Candela.
Yes. Yes.
Please share the GoFundMe. We need to raise a couple of dollars so the family can have a proper burial and also the parents can go back to Florida. They're struggling through financial struggles.
Oh boy. Definitely, definitely. I'm going to share as much as I can on my end, so people could try to help or donate anything towards the funeral costs. Um, and yeah, we have him on prayers. I know that he's at a better place right now, and our deepest condolences to his family right now.
May Candela continue to rest in peace. May Que Bonita Bandera will be played everywhere we go, in our hearts, in our minds, in our spirits. Thank you for having me on the show.
You're welcome.
To remember.
Thank you for expressing your strength and hope about Candela, about your history as well. Thank you.
You're welcome, and I appreciate it. We will always remember him as a good colleague of mine in the music. When he found out I was sing Celia Cruz, he was shocked.
Wow.
He
Awesome.
shocked. He didn't know I could sing. He didn't know I could sing. And I was like, wow. And he saw my bomba dancing. He was shocked about my dancing. He was like, wow.
Gotcha.
He didn't know I could hit the drum, like give piquete. So I
Yeah.
gave him the history that my family, we all dance bomba. So I remember he came in late, and up to Planeros, we packed up everything. And I said, Candela, you could have came to St. Bonita Bandera in the plena.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So he's like, oh, the Planeros should, I wait till they get paid. And I said, no, 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 do it now. But he couldn't do it.
Aww. Yes.
So hopefully Orchard Beach is going to do memory of him. That was the last time I performed in Orchard Beach, and then Candela came along. We will never forget him.
Definitely.
Hopefully, a couple of people can do an event under him. Hopefully, people get together. As artists, we need to get together more instead of we all fighting and arguing. At this time, we all need to get together and be united.
Amen to that. Amen. But sorry, I want to thank you so much for calling in and sending your part and telling the listeners are tuning in right now. Any way they could help for the family right now at this time, so pandemic could be at peace and just live out his legacy. So we want to thank you for calling in.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mama, you take care.
I will.
Okay, take care. All right. Oh,
Yeah.
like feedback there. What's going on?
Yeah.
See, I have my when I get sad, I can hear it like, oh damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, going back to his situation, we just really wish him the best. And like she mentioned, there's a GoFundMe link. I will put up on my social media so you guys can share as much as possible, so it can help the family with the funding, because we all know funeral costs are expensive.
Listen,
Shit.
I've been a part of numerous funerals
Yeah.
within like the last 9-10 years
Oh wow.
of funeral homes, and I just 2 months ago I lost my godfather, my uncle,
Sorry.
and he's like my mentor, one of my mentors, and that was the first thing that and knock on wood, thank God he had everything planned out.
Yeah.
Everything was set. There was no financial need from nobody. Everything was done. You got to understand the cost of funerals is like almost like 15,000-20,000.
Shit.
All
And
right.
man, it's too
So me,
much.
me, me, and my coworkers were talking about this the other day about
Mhm.
cost, and one was like, "Oh," I said, "Man, just to rent the casket alone, you talking
What?
about $7,000 to have just a casket, and maybe a
Yo.
cremation would be like 10, 11. Then if you want to get the urn and everything else, that's another couple of G's right there.
Oh
So it's
no.
15 to 20,000 just alone, just to put together a decent funeral.
Mhm.
So, like, for everyone that's out there, even though what age you are, whether you're 20, you're 30, you're 50, you're 60s, it's great to have that plan where if you pass away, you at least the burden of your passing financially will not be on your family.
Amen to that, because that's a hardship right there. It really is.
Yeah.
Um, but let's change up a little bit, guys. Now the
Yeah.
mood. All right. So before we get into you, all right. So quickly, just as today's topics, we have to add this in here because we just finished celebrity gossip.
Yeah.
So there's two of them, but I'll make it short and sweet. So we're gonna talk about two issues which is really dear to us. The first one just happened recently about the abortion. The abortion law, which we all know, Roe versus Wade, has been overturned by the Is it the Supreme Court, right?
Yeah.
Just like last week or so. So how do you guys feel about that? That now women are not able to even have abortions in New York City now.
Well, the thing with New York City is that we were smart enough that the Democrats were smart enough to make sure that there was laws in place to protect women.
Yes.
So now there's other laws that where, let's say you come from one of these states and you want to come to to New York, how to protect your privacy, and there's privacy acts and all that stuff. But let's look at this from a general standpoint.
Yeah.
You had a president that had the first president of the United States of America. I forgot who was the last one. I should have researched this before. The first ever president to vote 3 judges in.
Oh man, way
And
back.
so we're looking at we talking about the redhead guy, right? And
Mhm.
everybody know who I'm talking about. So he was the first president to elect 3 judges, right? So there was supposed to be a judge appointed at the time during the Obama administration. They didn't want to vote him in because they knew that he was leaving.
Oh.
Right? They knew he was leaving, so they didn't want to. He didn't want to vote that person in. But you had 2 that came in through Trump, and if Ruth Ginsburg, she was trying to survive until the next election. They were trying to keep her alive until the next election, from what I was told. But then the lawyers and stuff I knew, she passed away. So you had 3 judges that was voted in by this. And remember this, Trump said the first thing that I wanted to do was to overturn Roe versus. He wanted that to be overturned.
My God.
And you gotta remember this. Look at the judges. Every judge, right, and on that bench, I think they said it was 3 were Roman Catholics.
Wow.
The rest were Christians. So Roman Catholics are strong believers of against abortion.
Big time.
Big time. And then you have this one, I think, senator saying, well, they lied to me, whatever. Who cares? Because you know what? If I'm going for a job interview, I'm going to say whatever I want to say to get that job.
Exactly.
Say what you want them to hear, and that's what happened. And then there was a TikTok video, I forgot who it was, this white doctor that got glasses, I forgot her white hair. I keep forgetting her name. She went on TikTok and said there was a book out that said that they will have to overturn abortion one way or another because 60% of white people get abortions.
Woo!
60%.
Shit, that shit, man.
So
wow.
They knew that this was gonna happen because they didn't want the Hispanics and blacks to outnumber people. You have to
Preach that shit.
so study not only the martial arts, but we all have to study the history.
Yes.
Study the history. Read the books that nobody wants you to read. I think the Rainbow Guy came on TV one day. Buy the books that are banned.
Exactly.
Buy the books that are banned.
Because they're gonna give you information that the government don't want to hit you here, or on top of that, the media don't want you to know to know what's out there, you know. But yeah, this is really a serious situation because it's like I'm being a woman as myself, you know, I have a right to make that final last decision. What if I'm in a very traumatic situation and I have to get out of it? I mean, having a child is a blessing, but not for nothing, you know, this is your life, your decision. So I don't feel it's right that law, particularly the Supreme Court, has a saying on my body as a woman and my reproductive system in that sense. You know what I'm saying?
And this is why they said the New Jersey governor said it best. Vote.
Woo! You heard that first, right? Yeah.
Vote. I go see the thing is with the whole thing with two things that's difficult to talk about on social media or anywhere. Two things. Remember this, folks. Politics and religion.
Ooh, shit. We going into that.
That's the two. And I'm gonna take it quick. And this is going from years of doing speeches in Monroe College, years of doing speeches with Dr. Jeffrey Smith.
Yes.
And sitting there and doing these speeches and stuff. That's the most heated topic you could ever have. And that's it. History and that's all going to politics and religion. History is also about politics as well. All in one. It's the most.
That is so true. Any input on that dilemma? Any input?
No, you guys are good.
Okay. All right. So next one before we go into CJ is how do you guys feel about what's happening now in New York City? You know, there's so much gun violence happening now. They even legalized a gun. You could carry a gun in the street now in New York City. How do you guys feel about that now? Because the only reason I'm asking because there has been a lot more gun violence out there. You know, and how do you feel about like the train situation where there's still more violence in the trains? It's like unsafe.
At the end of the day, me coming from the perspective of law enforcement and having a sort of a master's degree in it, even though I don't got the degree, but also the knowledge of it, it's a sticky situation when it comes to it because first of all, we had 2 years of us being stuck in the house.
Oh yeah.
So that's one thing. And then, you know, the quality of life of crimes, you know, they were less valued and there were high values before when you had the Giuliani administration and other administration. So hopefully we can get this all fixed. The right to carry off duty or right to carry, you know, for self-defense, we've been fighting that for years. And a lot of us that are like peace officers and other of us, we don't have firearms. So if this will help us out even well. But get the training. There should be training involved when you're gonna get this firearm. There should be some training involved in it.
Definitely read about that. Me quick. Oh God, here we go. Now he wants to speak. Now he wants to speak.
Hey, listen, me too. I got played Call of Duty a couple times.
I got merits. I got merits on that shit. But no. Okay. All right. Calm down, Lama. All right. He's like, all right, getting excited. But no, me quickly on this intake. I just feel like it's good to have the option of having a gun because for safety and for different reasons. But I feel now that's been happening with, you know, a lot of violence out there and people mentally ill, not, you know, taking their meds and then having a gun. It's just so much things are behind that. We really have to enforce stricter laws. On particular, I keep mentioning NRA for a reason and the other show though too, because the fact that NRA has a big hand in this and they don't want to really act to it behind it.
And then that goes back to again what I said earlier, where you deal with politics and religion.
Woo!
Those are two. NRA is tied into the political network.
Oh, you know
with
that.
Religion as well. So it's to have like a real discussion about this. It's like first of all, it's like you need to educate yourself. And it's how I tell people. And this is coming from my Monroe College education. I did constitutional law. I didn't need to take constitutional law in my bachelor's degree to understand the law. This is why I say before you start learning the penal codes and all this, understand the constitutional law. That's learning the judicial branch first.
That's right.
The president, the vice president, the executive branches, the judicial branches, all those that follow underneath it. You have to understand that. And people understand that if Joe Biden were to, I say, happen to him, then you got Kamala Harris will become the president. The Speaker Pelosi will then become the vice president. and then behind that will be another person, another female. So you have 3 females in charge.
That's
But
right.
that's why I tell people all the time, you have to study constitutional. Learn the Constitution, learn the law, and then you could break down the rest of what goes on.
Amen to that. I'm gonna close up with that on the today's topic. Those really interesting topics today, by the way. Shit, really good stuff. Now let's get into now the artist spotlight segment, and that we have in the building, which he's been talking with us for like an hour or so. Let's give it up for Sensei CJ the Terra. Woo!
What's up? What's up?
Hey man, how you doing? How you feeling today, man?
I'm good. I'm blessed. Taking some time off. Burnout is a major key in law enforcement. So
Yes.
taking some time off. Spend time with the kid and my daughter, and we have a great week so far. Yesterday, took her to my jujitsu class yesterday. She didn't want to, she didn't want to roll, but I was teaching her some certain basics how to roll.
I like that.
Because that's part of my system as well.
Yes.
I knew that I had a hole in my system. I had a hole in my whole martial arts. So we all have holes and flaws in our martial arts. We're not perfect. So we need to fix the flaws that we have. Whether it be martial arts, whether it be accounting, whatever you do in life, you always have somewhere where you are weak at, and you could bring some strength to that weakness.
Very
Not to
true.
be perfect, but to be strengthen that weakness spot. So I got involved with jiu-jitsu a couple of years ago. I don't remember how long ago it was. I think it's right before the pandemic hit.
Oh, okay.
And I found a great coach, which is Coach Jorge, and I fell in love with him and connected with him. And it's a great class because it's one small class size. It's not a big, huge class size, and we all like a family. We all there, encourage each other. I was last week. I was with my team Tuesday and Thursday. They were all rooting for me because I was going to I fundraise as well. I do bikeathons and I do jujitsu, karate-thons, whatever it is, to fundraise money for cancer, fundraise money for autism awareness. 2 things that's really big in my life is autism awareness and cancer. So whenever something comes up with cancer, so tap is obviously tap out cancer. So there was a jiu-jitsu tournament that I found last year, and I fundraise money again for them as well. So to put your craft into something to support cancer, autism. So anybody out there that has a cancer, autism, martial art event, hit me up. I would love to show up, show my skills. I'm not the greatest martial artist in the world. I just go up there and do what I have to do. And I do my best of my God given abilities. Basically, I think they said. And so I took silver medal in the tournament. It was only myself and somebody else, and I think we did like a round robin, a 1-shot deal, whatever it was we did, and it was great because you got to meet other martial artists as well, and it was a blessing. It's a blessing to be a martial artist. I gotta say one thing too was, shout out to yourself and Jason as well,
Thank you.
because I think last year we did the Roni 6-1.
Yes, I'm excited.
So we did Roni 6-1, and what Roni 6-1 was, and like I said to people, it was a PG-13 version.
Yes.
Because the rated R version, you have to come to G Dog's class. I actually
Ooh,
have.
he gets raunchy in that one.
So, and once again, shout out to G Dog. He just texted me up right now.
Aww.
He said, "What's up to everybody?" G Dog. If you don't know who G Dog
What's
is, Jeffrey Smith. He's been a professor at Monroe College for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Written numerous books. Traveled to Japan. Holds a black belt in judo. Holds a black belt also in Goju. And we work together. He's been my mentor since I was 7 years old. So, he passed the mentorship down to my daughter. He has witnessed my daughter coming up in the martial arts as well. He has watched me because we used to train together back in the days in like 07, 08 days. Before, when I was in Monroe, myself and another student named, we had a whole clique in Monroe. It was myself, Lady K, we called her Karen, um, Brother Chance, God rest his soul, who passed away many years ago. And it was all of us, Alvarez, all of us, we had a little clique in Monroe. We had a whole Bible study. We had martial arts, and it was kind of great, So he seen my daughter uh, come up in the martial arts, and he was there a couple weeks ago to see my daughter People say, to do the Zoom tournament. So my daughter went up there, and she was kind of nervous. Said, "Listen, do what you got to do, and no matter what, I'm still be proud of you." Like I did yesterday to her. I give her like that tough daddy little
Yes.
speech sometimes, just to motivate her. Not, I give her that look like, come on, I know you know what you're doing. And then later on when I talk to her, I say, listen, I need you to, show you that I need you to be strong.
That's right.
Because, that's the one thing a daughter needs a father. And that's where she will judge every man by your father.
Amen.
That's why I don't drink in front of my daughter. My daughter said, Dad, no, I don't drink in front of my daughter. Why? 'Cause I don't want my daughter to accept a man with alcohol.
You heard that, people out there?
So,
hear this.
and this is all coming. And how I became a father was because, one, God rest my Uncle Soul, he was one. I had multiple men in my life, and Jeffrey Smith was one of those. That was that one man in my life that I looked at and said, that's what I want to inspire myself one day for my child to be like. He said, date your daughter, you date your daughter. If you read a book of Hagagure, which I read as well, in the book it said that. It says, treat your daughter like a princess and treat your son as a warrior. And the Bible says a parent should guide the child the right path of life. So when the child goes out into the world, they stay to that path of life. Book of Proverbs. Where I learned that at Monroe College.
Amen to that.
I learned a lot at Monroe, and that's where a lot of my stuff comes in. I treat my martial arts same thing like college.
I love that.
So it's like I buy the books, I buy the stuff, I do my research. But then when we did Roni 6-1,
Yes.
it was basically a way of me putting myself out there to let those out there, those rock those stone throwers, to let them know, so they won't listen to those that throwing the stones, listen to them. So that's why Roni 6-1. And reason why Roni was because I love the name Roni from all the movies I watch. I watch a lot of movies that was like Roni 6, Roni, the famous Roni 47. And there's numerous brands called Roni Jiu-Jitsu Gi. So the word Roni, people say, well, wait a minute, Roni means that you have no mask. No, Roni has multiple names. But every definition, everybody has an interpretation for.
Okay.
Right? So let's give you an example. Look at the word Soki, right? Everybody look at the word Soki in the martial art world, right? And think that Soki means a grand master when it doesn't mean that. One of the organizations I was a part of, they were saying that Soki does not inherit a 10th degree. It goes beyond the normal ranking structure of the martial arts. It means head of a family or head of an organization.
Yes.
So when I was given the word Soki was given by Sifu Rick Vargas from Chicago and from his organization, it was to say that Kaizen Do Jitsu, which I named after Jeffrey Smith, means that I'm the head of my organization. That's my family, mi familia. It doesn't mean, literally doesn't mean that I'm a 10th degree. It doesn't mean that. So there were those out there, and that's why Ronnie came out, was because there was so much people, and you read the Art of War, and then some people say,
that's a classic book, by the way.
Art of War, there's two versions of Art of War.
Okay.
You have Art of War, right? And there's another one called Art of War in Modern Times. Art of War in Modern Times was a French general named von Clausewitz. He was trying to upgrade the Sun Tzu version into his version. And the Art of War in Modern Times, if you read the book, it actually has both of Sun Tzu and his version. And then the author was breaking down what they were trying to say.
Okay.
So in one of the chapters mentioned how martial arts is like a bag of seasons. You have multiple seasonings in a bag to season the meat. So that's what it was. So he was trying to do both. So in our war, it says never let your enemy know your plan. Always try to keep things private. So when you read the Art of War in all these books that's out there, that's part of your martial arts training.
Yeah.
And then you have to understand that there's deep research. So that's where the word Soki comes from. People have their own interpretations of these words because certain people they listen to, they follow. Instead of them listening to them. And there was a quote that I love And if you guys don't understand who Daniel Santos was, Seafood Daniel Santos or Guru Daniel Santos, and I'm gonna tell you a little history about me and him. When he was coming to New York, he would do seminars in Queens. Now, with these seminars in Queens, cost money. So Saturday, Sunday would be a seminar. I couldn't make it for both days. So I'll make that Saturday, but I couldn't get a certificate. But in this world that we in the martial arts, you have to have some type of documentation. So I said, okay, I'm gonna sacrifice a Sunday, not going to work. I could put the day off. I got to sit there and actually take a real weekend seminar with him and got a certificate. And what Guru Daniel Santos was, he was actually Bruce Lee's like right hand person.
Wow.
So how he met Bruce was when Bruce, I think, was in California, New York. I'm not too sure on the history. There's multiple different histories that Santos said.
Okay.
When he met Bruce for the first time, he was supposed to guide Bruce around town, so be like his escort. And they became such friends that when Bruce was developing Jeet Kune Do, which means intercepting the fist, his system, Guru Daniel Santos and him got together.
Okay.
So when one of Bruce Lee's kids, Daniel Santos, is the godfather for one, and then I think one of Daniel Santos' kids is the godfather or the goddaughter from Bruce. That's how close they was. So, long story short, they mirrored each other, and they were the first ones to actually try to change up the martial arts since when karate was first started. But the Asian community didn't like that. They found out. And he had said a quote one time, and this is going back from 1972.
Okay.
And there's a major quote. I put it up a couple of times on Facebook, and I don't understand why martial arts haven't picked this up. He said, "A man doesn't excel because of his style. It's only when a man or woman, or LGBTQ plus,
It's fine.
can go outside the bonds and get by his system that he excels. If a martial artist can practice a style without being bonded and limited to his particular school, then and only then can he be liberated to fit in with any type of opponent. A great majority of instructors, however, bond their practitioners and brainwash them into believing only in their school or their system training is the best." That was Guru Daniel Santos that said that.
That's deep shit right there.
So that's what he said. So basically what he's saying is that it's similar to what Bruce Lee said. Take what is useful and apply it to your own knowledge. So it's like when you look at what I love about jiu-jitsu, and what I like about jiu-jitsu is, and I learned this a lot in the brief time. Sorry, no, that's in the brief time that I've been studying jiu-jitsu. I never got nervous in a karate tournament.
Oh wow.
Never did.
Wow.
But when I went to these jiu-jitsu tournaments, because for the first time, you're testing your knowledge on the mat in jiu-jitsu and you don't know what your opponent has. It's similar to what goes on in the streets.
Hell yeah.
So when I'm in the streets, I put my headphones on, I'm walking straight. People see me in the streets all the time. And when people see me in the streets all the time, I had one time where a Hufford Hospital police officer, because I'm always in the hospitals with escorts in my job.
Okay.
He said, "I seen you somewhere in Fordham Road."
Oh wow.
And he said, "Excuse my language, I didn't want to fuck with you." Because the way you walked,
oh, you were very focused. Yeah.
it was like,
yeah.
I'm scared to death of the way you was walking.
Ooh.
And because why? Because your environment that you grew up in, that's why it still was a PG-13 Rolling 6-1.
Not
Because
the other version.
Not the version. Because if they won the rated R version, I couldn't do it because my daughter.
I understand.
So my daughter hasn't been exposed to the history of what transpired, who CJ or Carlos J. Rivera is. So you have these martial artists, right, that think they know me. Because I tried to let you into my circle.
Right.
But I let my guard down with some of you. And like what Medea said, your family, if they don't want to be with you, let them go.
Exactly.
That's what I did. So when I let certain people out of my circle or stop letting them control me, I'll give you an example how this control worked.
Mm.
When I was given my first degree black belt from Appley Rangers Seafood Mark Mercier. Yeah, I went upstate New York, did a whole training. To this day, I
Wow.
followed his training principles and I elevate myself. I went to a black belt exam by Shihan Cruz.
Ooh.
And Shihan Cruz gave me a black belt certificate in the system.
Oh,
And then he
wow.
called me up later on and said, hey, you know, next time you come to my belt exams, you gotta stay in your karate uniform. Because I don't think that the black belt you had on is sufficient. So I stopped wearing my black belt. So
Wow.
when Grandmaster Jay found out what I was doing, Jay was giving me a black belt certificate in his, but I was so scared to wear the black belt certificate because of why people, once again, going back to what Daniel Santos says, because of the brainwash.
Mm.
So that following year, I was still with Rishi at the time.
Okay.
I was stuck in Rishi. Because what happened with Rishi was when my Manuel Tomasini, and not to knock him, he's a great martial art teacher, a great mentor to me. I had to let him go because I just made the decision to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna quit because I felt stuck.
Oh, wow.
I was stuck, and this is honest truth. I was stuck because I was in the same kata, same formation, and was trying to create my own thing just to elevate myself in tournaments, create my own, learn the side kata on my own. So when I went to the seminar, and then Chion Cruz picked me up in the cab. Chion Cruz picked me up in his car, sorry, his truck.
No, it's okay.
The red truck at the time. We're leaving Masuko's gym in the Bronx, long story short. And he said, if you want to be a real martial artist, if you want that real karate black belt, come to me.
Okay.
Let's train together and let's see what we could do. And this was at like the May of that year.
Okay.
I forgot what year it was. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago.
Mhm.
I sat there. I said, okay, cool. You know what? Let's do it. Gave me the contract for a brown belt. But then
Wow.
that July, it switched over to where he said, I'm going to give you a black belt. People accepted him giving the black belt test. But what happened was when I felt like I had nobody to sort of be there for me here, I felt alone and I felt like, you know what, I have no support here. I had the support already from Grandmaster Danny Bolden, Grandmaster Jay, Seafood Mark. Everybody told me keep doing you, keep working you. I got with Grandmaster A Train, and then Grandmaster A Train was like, "Hey, listen, you know what? I will take care of you. I'll become your Grandmaster now."
That's awesome.
So then that's how the whole fifth degree happened, was because everything culminated from that point.
Okay.
But those outside world that I don't understand where the hatred and all this coming from.
Oh,
Because
Lord.
like you said again, there's a warfare going on where they're attacking me from the front, the back, and there's other areas, and they're not seeing, not understanding what's going on.
Yeah.
And then they make assumptions. Like there's been, and that's why Rolling 61 was came out, was because of that reason.
Of the things you was going through.
What's going on. And then like
stuff
you
like
have
that.
people like Grandmaster Carl Taylor and everybody saying, yo, CJ, do what you gotta do. And that's why one year me and Grandmaster Anthony went out to an event. We went to a Hall of Fame event multiple times. Seafood Cliff, Alan Goldberg. I 9 times Grandmaster H has come to New York.
Mhm.
I've been by his side.
Wow.
No one never came up to him and say, yo, what's up with you and CJ? Me and one event at Seafood Cliff we went to, we saved Seafood Cliff's event. I'm gonna be brutally honest, we saved this event because myself, Grandmaster Anthony, and my ex-girlfriend at the time, we bought from every table that there was.
Wow. Wow.
We spent so much money there. And then Grandmaster Anthony presented me the sword to let me know that, hey, and then presented me with a second certificate for the 4th junior master in Krav Maga. And then later on, this year I got the master instructor certificate from another organization.
Yeah.
But going back to Shion Cruz, he was the one that told me, when you get to a certain level as a black belt, you got to get with these organizations to help you get promoted.
Mm-hmm.
This is the honest truth. There was a contract, and I have the contract at home from Shihan Cruz that was supposed to be a brown belt, high level brown belt test. Okay. And then after the brown belt test, it was supposed to be a black belt test.
That's like the last of
the black belt. Okay. That's what was supposed to happen.
Wow.
Never happened. See, there are those out there that sit there and say, I was begging for it. No, I didn't beg for nothing. I never begged. I never pleaded. Begging is for dogs. I'm not a roof. CJ ain't no dog. Yeah, they call me raccoon because that's my nickname, but I ain't no dog. And a raccoon is the smartest animal there is. So,
That's
but
right.
that was being said. See, people don't know the story. And then you got another person that was saying, I didn't want them at the exam. Yeah, because I didn't know, like, then I knew something was going to go down. I said it on the phone that Wednesday before the exam came. I didn't want the individual there because I knew something was going to go left.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, everybody wants to hear these higher ups' story and rather believe them.
It's true.
And it's sad because
Mm-hmm.
there was two martial artists that I supported 100%. Supported them 100%. My crew came behind them and supported 100%. When people were throwing rocks and stones at them, were you doing too much? This and that and Maneba Polanco and another person, David. I supported them. And all of a sudden, like the Medea said, they'll die off like a branch. And not knocking them, I'm not bashing them. They want to go their way, fine. You want to believe what they got to say about me, fine. I'm not bashing nobody. If you don't want to be with CJ, I'm not bashing you. I've been a loner all my life I consider myself a loner. That's why I love Ronnie so much because I've always been on my own. I always know how to survive on my own. Some of these dudes in here lying and stuff. Oh, I could survive it, but man, nah. Your mom and daddy put you in karate because you was a wimp and they didn't want you to get bullied in school. So they put you in karate.
Mm-hmm.
I heard those interviews. There's interviews out there where these people say this stuff.
Wow.
And then now they're the bullies.
Yeah.
Then you want to sit there and give your side of the story or get upset because how did CJ get this far? Like I said before, I treat my martial arts just like college. Every level there's a new level. And like what someone said, a preacher said at one time, every level is a new demonic spirit. Every level is a new devil.
Preach
So every time
yes.
there's a new devil that comes in. But then like we said before, there are those that don't want to learn. Like I told people all the time, like there's one book that I think that martial artists is this book right here. That they are
show the camera. Yeah.
They are so scared of this book. They are so scared of this book. It's called the Goju Karate Do book. This book came out last year, and it was on the Art Dojo. The author came up there, and some people knocked the author. But because why are you knocking off? This is a reference book that has the actual history timeline of the martial arts, and this book is certified by the Library of Congress. So if you want to do some real research, and y'all act like y'all know research, learn something. Because when I was taught in Monroe was you always went for the updated book by its copyright. So the book with the right copyright, with the highest copyright, that's the book you want to do the most research on, and that's right there. And that book is not even talked about.
That's crazy.
The Bubushi is the Bible of martial arts. That you can't knock that book. That is the Bible of martial arts. That's where all martial arts came from. Bubushi came from there. That's the written history. But this is the timeline. You want to find a book that has a timeline because there's everybody out there that's talking about time like this and time like that. Real quick, I'm gonna get real quick with one of these with these timelines in this book real quick. Okay. If you go to this book, and I always when I do my references, this is how you do references. I'm gonna give you guys a one-on-one lessons on how to do a proper research paper, a real research paper. You put the author of the book, you put the name of the book, and you put the page real quick. On this book, it talked about on page 148. It talked about how now I'm not good with Japanese terminology, but it was called a DNB, the Dai Nippon Budokan, right? In 1934, they had changed the title name from Seirin Sho or Seirin Sho to Ranshi. And then they created the three ranks that we have in today's world, which is Kyoshi, Shihan, and the was also called the Minkyo teaching degree. So Kyoshi means professor. I always talked about Kyoshi being a professor. I even broke down several times on my TikTok page, which is on C Train 61, about how the red and white panel even came here and talked about the red and white panel belt as well here. And then you go into also where in 1935, Funakoshi, who was considered the founding father of Shotokan and the founding father of karate, how he changed Wanshu into Empi, and that was on page 151. But this is how you do the prop. This is where you see the timeline. I stopped reading the time. I stopped in a certain time frame because it was so much information coming towards me with dates and stuff. It's like what, like stuff that they were telling us where Kyoshi, Ranshi, and all this. And when you ask the sensei, well, when did it come out? Oh, well, it came out sometime in the 1930s. Oh, we don't talk about that because that's tradition. We don't talk about the tradition, And like a friend of mine says, my big brother always says at the time, which I work with now, and he said he never asked me for my rank. He never asked me for my certificates. He didn't ask me for nothing. He said, just come in and we're gonna work out, and it allows me to train with the students. Very wise, and he always says to me, he's like, "Yo, what the hell is going on? Like, why are these dudes are all in your Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor?" And it's like, and then when I do shows like this, like I had it earlier, I do this shows. Then you got people like, oh, will run to my own family. Yo, CJ talking all this nonsense about my. No, it's that I have a right to voice my opinion.
Yes.
And I also have a right to defend my character when you're assassinating my character. So there was, I remember Jason hit me up, was like, yo, who the hell is this dude calling us up about lawsuits?
Man, no name.
And I'm like, my man, he came and paid for Johnny Cochran. He can't pick,
Yeah, I remember that.
And then, when you say defamation of character, dude, I got so much admissible evidence against some of these people. And then some of them, I call them on the phone. I'm going to put it out there. Pastor Miller. Me and Pastor Miller was best friends. Until when I got with Grandmaster Anthony, he just was gone like a fart in the wind.
Oh my God.
So he was talking so much negative about me one day.
Wow.
I called them up. Like, listen, brother, how you doing? God bless you. If you're a pastor, doesn't the Bible talk about not judging other people? Like my Grandmaster Anthony is a pastor, and now he has to be careful how he say things, because now why? When you assume that pastor role of a church, you cannot judge another person. You could talk about the other person, but you can't judge. Amen. And he was the most judgmental person there was.
That's right.
Seafood Cliff talked about me, and I contact Seafood Cliff. Yo, what's going on?
Shit.
And I even seen him in January and approached him like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Waited for him to have a conversation, talk about him. He had nothing to say to me. And that's what I'm saying. For nine times that Grandmaster Anthony has come to New York, there's been so much people that those that talked all this nonsense, wait till he flies back to Arkansas
and then talk.
And then start talking. And then it was like, and I got this for you guys. This is one you got. I got this for you guys here.
Aww.
So there's this book's called The World's Greatest Martial Artist, right?
Oh, you're on that. Yes.
So this is 46th edition. I got emotional behind this book. Aww. Because two people important in this book, my Grandmaster Jay's in this book, and Carl Taylor. And what was so great about it was the author who did this had pictures of my daughter there as well. Aww. So basically, I signed it. Excuse my little handwriting.
Beautiful. No, it's fine.
So that stamp, the red stamp, is actually called hanku. A hanku. There you go, guys.
Thank you. Oh my God. Yep. Oh God.
So I think I'm on page 50 or 60. I don't know what it is anymore. So
I see. Yeah.
So I think it's on 15 or 16. I think it is. I know I autographed. I signed the bottom of it too.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, what it was, because you have to show support for those who always support you.
Amen.
Like Jason's always supported me, Veronica, and we've been going back for years. Me and Veronica time ago. Yeah. So it's like me coming here is like I feel free and I can express myself to who I want to be, and that's how it is. Awesome. But what happens, and like I said, and to say this, you have people say, well, why is he doing videos to Europe? Well, y'all doing the same thing. Yeah. I remember when people were knocking me for learning on, at that time, what was the other? There was another one that had a camera back in the days. Oh God. It was one that had, like, I forgot the name of it. It was one that it was before Zoom, before all these other ones. I forgot that. Oh my God. It was something back in the early 2000s where everybody had. Nah, it was not MySpace. It was another one you could watch people and talk to people before WhatsApp and all this. Like WhatsApp.
Was that Yahoo Mail? Yahoo Chats? Yahoo?
Maybe one of those. Maybe one of those. It was like some like video thing that it was similar to. It was similar to what we have now with WhatsApp and Zoom. So you could see the person, talk to the person back and forth. I was doing that back in the days, and people were like, you can't learn that way. But then hit the pandemic, and now everybody want to do Zoom. Everybody wants to do the WhatsApp, and it's okay.
Definitely.
So I do the videos to Europe. The European guys are trying to save themselves, their schools and their tournaments. They'll hit me up.
Yeah.
And how I got connected to them was through my neighbor Polanco.
Oh, wow.
Polanco, Sensei Polanco, God bless her, wherever she's at. I love her. God bless her. Right? She would do that. I was like, yo, how you doing this Zoom? And she showed me how to work. Why? Because each martial art teach each other.
That's right.
Each one teach from each other. You know, my friend David, each one teach one. Yeah, each one teach one. Like my friend David, he was like, hey, listen, I got this tournament online. Show me your video. We do what we gotta do. I'll send you a certificate. I said, but then you got those out there like, wait a minute. He creating, I know. Each Hall of Fame or each event has their own way of giving out the awards. It's called add-on awards. You gotta pay a little bit more money inside, whatever it is. And at the end of the day, but what happens? Again, you got people out there that want to talk about it. They don't like to see somebody get to that level. And they're like, well, I put 20, 30, 60 years in the martial arts. Well, that's like he says right here in the last quote. If you go outside your boundaries, and if your school allows you to go outside your boundaries, then go outside your boundaries.
Exactly.
It's like my coach in jiu-jitsu, which I love him to death. Jorge don't mind if we go cross-train with different schools. But remember, tu casa ahi. That your house will always be this house. That's why I don't cross-train. I would love to cross-train, but I can't because of work. So I just stay to where I'm at. And I feel more comfortable in that environment because then I get confused.
Yeah.
Bad enough, I got two great coaches, Logan and Jorge. They're both excellent coaches, but you get confused.
Okay, so we're gonna have to shorten it. I want to do more. We're gonna have you back in Lord. We're
Definitely.
gonna have you back.
I don't mind.
This is a part one. They're gonna do a part two. No,
we did the social.
Yeah, we did that already.
I remember we did social. I remember the first show we did was about was the Floyd situation.
I remember that.
And I think somebody in Germany was like, "What the hell is going on?" I don't know who it was. Somebody from Germany hit
some
up
guy.
Some guy. in Germany. Shout out to Germany.
Yes.
I just got the award from Germany. Shout out to my people in India. That's always India. I got something planned with you guys as well. Like I said, hopefully in May of next year, we're trying to do a seminar where we are trying to bring these Indian martial arts out here. We're trying to bring some Germany martial arts. We're trying to do a big seminar. I'm trying to do an international seminar. So I'm trying to work it out, but the hotels is not giving me the much information I need.
No, it's okay. But I mean, we gotta get out of here soon. But real quickly, your social media where they can find you.
So I got what's the TikTok CTrain61.
Okay.
And then you got the Facebook is CJ Vero, also known as Sensei Cruz, which is my name in Japanese.
Nice.
And then what was I got CJ as Instagram, Twitter as well. So you can find me everywhere it is, guys. You know.
Well, thank you so much, CJ the Terror in the building. Thank you so much. It's part one. It's part two soon. So stay tuned.
We all got Yep, Telemundo.
You already know. Again, guys, thank you for watching the Vero G Spotted Radio Show here at DTF Radio with host Vero G. Coach Delama. We'll see you next week, guys. Take care. Stay tuned. Bye.